What's up, everybody? It's John with John Sports and Collectibles coming at you with a brand new video. How's everyone doing out there today in the YouTube universe? It is time to look through some more boxes of dirty, filthy, gross comic books. There are some good ones in here. And I had some time in my hands today to check out a local shop. And let's see what I found today. All right, let's get into what I picked up today. All Bronze Age. All second issues. I love second issues. They can actually sometimes hold some value too. Obviously, issues 1 of any run is what you're looking to get. But issues, this number 2's, sometimes they can be good too. Here's a nice one right here. The Secret Society of Supervillains. Man, oh man, I dug and dug in those dirty books, those dirty, filthy books. I call them that because that's what they are. And my fingers come out with a black muck on them when I'm done. But I found some good ones. So here's the first one. Secret Society of Supervillains, issue number 2 is DC release. Only the lone DC book that I picked up. And this was a very, very short-lived series. Debuted in May of June 1976 and only ran 15 issues, ending in 1978. July of 1978. So let's just talk about who the heck the Secret Society of Supervillains are. So editor Jerry Conway. It's a name I've mentioned here many times whenever I give the people behind the scenes that are involved in these books that I showcase. He created this team of like an evil Justice League. And it was inspired by the Rogues Gallery. That fellow editor Julie Schwartz had created for The Flash. So they put this out and it just did not go over very well. And it was supposed to run, they actually had issues, I'm trying to get the information here. They went up to issue 15 and then it was canceled. The series was canceled. That was when DC imploded. Issue 16 was already in the printer, apparently, at the time of the cancellation. And that would have been actually the final issue. But then it says Bob Rozakis, he appealed to the heads of DC to pull that issue and, stop the rest of them. Because I guess if issue 16 had come out, there was like a 3-part story. And it would never have made sense, and people would have been wondering what the heck's going on here with the Secret Society of Supervillains. So it just ended at issue number 15. This is issue number 2. Now they had issues, I think 4 through maybe 8, and then I don't think they made it 10, 13. They had most of them except 15 and 1. Which I imagine 1's obviously the best one. 15 is probably a good one too, and 2's good. But I love that this came out in 1976. That's, bicentennial year. And a really awesome cover here. Got Green Lantern getting smacked in the head by Captain Comet. And the gorilla waiting down there at the bottom, waiting to catch him. And this is just awesome. Let's just talk about them a little bit more. Do I have any information on who the members are? Let's see. The members. It's a huge list. It's a huge list. I'm looking at it right now. I'll put a link down below in the description to the Wikipedia page, all the information about the Secret Society of Supervillains. I didn't know about this. This one went over my head as a kid. I was 7 when these books came out. So 7 and 8 years old. So I was collecting them, but I wasn't I wasn't going to the newsstand on a frequent basis to buy books, and so this one definitely went over my head. You got Dick Giordano as a cover artist here. Writers Jerry Conway, David Anthony Kraft, penciler Pablo Marcos, inker Bob Smith, Carl Gafford is the colorist, and then the editor on this one's Jerry Conway. Title is No Man Shall I Call Master, which is right up here. And you got Captain Comet, first appearance since the Golden Age, joins the team. That's kind of cool. Hijack joins the team. You also got Gorilla Grodd, Captain Cold, Mirror Master, Star Sapphire. That must be her. Sinestro, and then Manhunter. And is there another story in here? No, that's it. So there you go. That is the Secret Society of Supervillains. Values on this one: a 9.8, $138. You've got a 9.6, $50, a 9.4, $38, a 9.2. One sold for $44.69. No 9.0 information. 8, $19, a 7.17, a 6.16. No information on a 5. You got a 4 coming in at $5.60, a 3, $4, and a 2 at $3. I paid $3 for this. The average ungraded price is $4.14. But this is a pretty nice copy. It's going to need a minimal clean on the front and back. It's got white pages and a few spine ticks that I can feel here. But what books don't have spine ticks? It's hard to find books without spine ticks, even ones that haven't even been opened. Just so they were sitting. With books on top, books are sitting on top of them, the pressure can cause the spine ticks too. So there you go. That's the first one. Let's get into the second. Next up is a Marvel. This is a reprint. Marvel double feature featuring Captain America and Iron Man, issue number 2. Pretty cool stuff here. Release date, November 6, 1973. Cover date, February 1974. So an earlier Bronze Age. It is, it's got reprinted stories though. First one is called Them, from Tales of Suspense number 78. And then the second one is Into the Jaws of Death. And I don't have any information here on that one. Let me just check here. That one came from Tales of Suspense number 85, issue number 85. So it's the first story from that. Tales of Suspense 85. Okay, let's just talk about this quickly here. Try not to make this as long as I normally do. Got writer Stanley, Jack Kirby. Jack Kirby did the artwork on this. This is reprinted artwork too. Penciler Jack Kirby. Frank Giacola is the inker. Artie Simak is the letterer. And the editor Stan Lee. Into the Jaws of Death. I don't have any information on who was involved with that. We got Maurice Severine and George Tuska as artists, so maybe they were involved in that second story. And then obviously Jack Kirby, Gene Colan, Artie Simak, writer Stan Lee. Pretty cool reprint. I mean, I sometimes I try to stay away from reprints, but when you're looking at like earlier Bronze Age reprints of famous important iconic comic books that came out in the 60s, it might be worth picking them up. That's just my suggestion, because I like to. This is going to need a minimal clean. It's going to need a press though. It's got some sort of wrinkles on it. I don't know how that happened, but pretty nice copy though. White pages. Back needs to be clean, minimal clean in the back. But might have to press this 2 times to get these wrinkles out. I don't know what happened to this one. This obviously, I picked this up. You don't know where these come from. These books, who had them, how they were stored. But not too bad of a pickup for $3. Love the 20-cent cover price. I was going to break out 2 dimes and show you guys. We all know what dimes look like, but I was going to just put them on the screen. This is what you would have paid for this back then. We see the price, but then you think about the coins, 12 cents, a dime and 2 pennies, or 2 nickels and 2 pennies. I do remember buying comic books, for a quarter, handing the quarter to the newsstand guy as a kid. Those days are long gone. So let's just get into some numbers here. Let me see how many of these have been graded. 32. 9.8, it's $208. It's pretty good. 9.2, 36. An 8, 28. A 6, 25. A 4, 25. And there was a sale on that. A sale on the 6 too as well. Sale on the 9.2. That must have been a raw copy. No one's going to be giving away a 9.2 graded copy for $36. Ungraded, $4 to $5. Marvel double feature number 2. Pretty cool stuff right here. I think this book, once I press it out, it's going to get a high grade. I think it will. Once I get those wrinkles out, those should come out. And this one too. If I was to get this grade, I think this is going to be a high grade too. I think we're looking at 8.5 on that Supervillains one. I don't know, maybe a 9. Maybe I could squeeze a 9 out. This one, I think at least an 8 once I get the wrinkles out, if not higher, once I clean it and stuff. So not too bad. Issue number 2, Marvel double feature featuring Captain America and Iron Man. Love this. This is awesome. Let's go into the last book that I picked up, and then we'll get into the one from my collection. All right, here's the last one, an early Bronze Age. This is awesome. I love the war books. They're completely overlooked. They were really popular when they were all out. You know, Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos and Captain Savage. And this is Combat Kelly and the Deadly Dozen. Yes, very cool. They kind of ripped off the name from the Dirty Dozen, the 1960s film, The Dirty Dozen. Definitely. But this only ran 9 issues. So it was created by Gary, is it Friedrich or Frederick? And penciler Dick Ayers. They were the ones behind the Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos. And, the premiere issue continued a story that began in Sergeant Fury, issue number 98 from May 1972. And there were these crossovers that would happen between the two series. This only lasted 9 issues. And this is issue number 2. This is a tough one with a black all the way around. I mean, there are some spine ticks here, but I've seen really bad copies of this. I've seen very few that don't have some sort of spine ticks here. It's a tough one with this black. You can see their color break type spine ticks too. But other than that, this is in pretty damn good shape for, as tough of a cover as this is with this black. So you've got John Severin is the artist, the cover artist here. You've also got Gary Friedrich or Frederick. I know I'm saying his name wrong. He's a writer, and I'm sure the comic book community the purists are screaming at me right now. I make mistakes on names, guys. Okay, it's just the way it goes. I try to correct myself as I make these videos as time goes on with some of these names. Dick Ayers is the penciler, inker, Mike Esposito, and then the letterer is Sam Rosen. Release date May 23rd, 1972. Cover date August 1972. Title story, the only one in the book, The Lonely Are the Brave. But then this is the big breakout down here, so I don't know what's going on with that. I did not open this up and look at it. I mean, glanced at it to see the color of the pages, but I didn't read this. I usually don't read a lot of these books, just so you guys know. I picked these up because of the covers, the titles, issue numbers, significance. I'm not reading these older books like this at all. They are being bagged and boarded and put away or put in boxes to the box to get cleaned and pressed and then maybe get graded. So that's the deal with these. I'm not reading these books. You really shouldn't. Honestly, these older books like this, these early Bronze Age, Silver Age, unless they're beat all to hell and you've got a reader copy and you don't care. But when they're in pretty damn good shape, like the ones I seem to find, I am not opening them up to look at them extensively. Just to glance at the pages, make sure that everything is there. There's nothing missing. And then, again, it gets bagged and boarded. Okay. First appearance here of Ronzo Carpenter, Richard Longtree, Wildcat Smith. They all die. I just gave it all away for you. There you go. Combat Kelly, issue number 2. Stan Lee's the editor on this one. Values. If you get this in a 9.8, it's valuable because of this black cover. $472, folks. 9.2, $92, an 8, $52, a 6, $27, a 4, $12. ungraded, on average, goes for $8.32. I paid $3 for this. It was definitely worth it. No question about it. I love the cover. I love it. The bow and arrow. You got this. I don't know which character that is because I don't know much about this at all. He's obviously Native American. He's shooting arrows at the Nazis up there. They're shooting at him. I love it. Kelly's Killers take on Nazi land when they raid a concentration camp. The big breakout. This is awesome. Hate the Nazis, definitely. Nazis are bad news. They gotta go. Back then and even now. We all know that. Okay, so this is awesome. I'm going to get into a book now from the collection, so hang tight for that. This has been fun. All right, let's close this one out with a book from my collection. Let's continue with the issue number 2's. All 2's today, folks. Got ROM Space Knight, issue number 2. Lethal Laserium. That's a title. And let's talk about ROM Space Knight. I had a subscription to this. Yes, it did. This ran 75 issues. There were 4 annuals as well, which I think I have annuals 1 and 2. I don't think I did complete the whole run, but I've maybe went into the 4. I have to look and see. I think I went into the high 30s or 40s issue-wise on ROM. And I was not a fan of ROM. You know, it's definitely grown on me. Frank Miller did the original ROM issue number 1, I believe, which came out in 1979, December 1979. This is issue number 2. Let's just talk about ROM real quick, and then we'll take a look at this, and then wrap this one up. So I didn't know this, but it was originally created. It was a toy, a ROM-like toy, and hopefully an image will be popping up now. I never knew this, and then the comic book was kind of being based off of that. So the toy was licensed. It was made by Parker Brothers, which is now tied in with Hasbro. And the toy was licensed to Marvel, and then the character was debuted in the comic book. So, but the comic book outlasted the toy. It says here, to build interest in the toy, Parker Brothers licensed the character to Marvel Comics, which created a comic book featuring ROM. The comic book expanded on the premise that ROM was a cyborg and provide the character with an origin and personality, and established the character was firmly grounded in the Marvel Universe, having regular encounters with mainstream heroes and villains. Ironically, the title outlasted the toy. It was created to support, with 75 issues and 4 annuals, double-size issues, published from December 1979 to February 1986. So, pretty cool stuff here. I think like the Hulk shows up in an issue of ROM. I'm trying to think who else. I can't remember off the top of my head. There are. Oh, it says here. Wait a minute. No, I was thinking. I saw Micronauts here, and anyway. So there you go. There's a little brief synopsis about ROM. So this issue 2, you've got cover artist was Al Milgrom. You also got Glynis Wen. I don't know if I'm saying that name right, but I'm doing my best here. Sal Buscema, John Costanza are the artists. Editor Joe Duffy, Jim Shooter. Writer Bill Mantlo. Publication date January 10th, 1980. There it is. It came out when the cover date says too. You've got here Second Coming is the only story in here. And got antagonist of Dire Wraiths. You've got ROM, obviously in this one, Brandy Clark. First appearance, Steve Jackson. And Shields mentioned. I don't think there's anybody else here of importance. No, I'm just looking at the breakdown. There's not much else here to talk about as far as anything special goes. Let's just take a look at this book. It says it's been looked at. And I don't think I ever looked at this. We'll find out, though. I don't think I did. No, it's a really nice, clean copy. Very nice, clean copy. Let's just take a look at the back. In a second, here's the cover. I mean, it's got a few spine ticks, but, I mean, a pretty fine copy. Needs just a minimal clean, a press, newsstand copy. Let's just take a look here. So let's put this board down so I don't mess up the book. Take a look at it. Got the air gun, Crossman air guns. I'd say white to off-white pages. I bet you they would call these white. Let's go through a few pages and say I've never looked at this book, and I don't want to mess it up. So we'll just take a look at the first few. There's a Hubba Bubba ad. Very cool stuff. We'll go with a couple more. Oh, there's a toy. Okay. That's pretty sweet. I vaguely remember the toy. I never had this toy, but I vaguely remember it. Very cool. Put stars on your t-shirts. Cheryl Ladd, Suzanne Summers, Kiss Rock Group, the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, and Whoppers. Love Whoppers. Love malt balls. They're awesome. Okay, let's just go with a couple more pages and we'll look at the back. Hubba Bubba, and then the offer for subscriptions. Mighty Marvel's Big Money Savings holiday offer. Now, I did have a subscription to this one. It's Bubble Yum. I think that's still around. Bubble Yum ad. At the back, and the Lego ad in the back. And let's just look at the inside cover here. Corgi. The cars, they were super popular too. And then you've got the classified ads here at the end. Comic conventions in your area. Skinny self-conscious. Gain pounds, inches, and confidence, and you'll get that lady right there. Yes, you will. You can also defend yourself, or you can get the Wild West Bonanza coins, the Buffalo Nickels, Fly Rockets, free $1 million in cash from the Fun House in Newark, New Jersey. Get your high school diploma. I mean, this is awesome. You get all kinds of stuff back there. You get poems set to music. Very cool stuff here. Live seahorses. Let's put this one away. Very cool. Bring this over here, flip it around, and we'll wrap this one up. Let's just do some values real fast. For this ROM, issue number 2, 9.8 is $94. A 9.2, $46. An 8, $20. A 6, $12. A 4, $5. Ungraded, $3.20. This was a subscription one, newsstand copy. So, pretty cool stuff. Definitely. All right, let's pause this and we'll wrap things up. Let's wrap this one up. This ROM is in phenomenal shape. I mean, majority of my comic books are in phenomenal shape. I think if I clean and press that one, that would grade out super high. The 9-ish high, 9.2-ish range, I think. Which, in this day and age, would probably be a good thing. But these books are awesome, and I found these, these 2 early Bronze Age books. This Combat Kelly one's just completely wicked. Supervillains, Secret Society Supervillains, and then the reprints, Marvel double feature, Captain America and Iron Man issue number 2. Very cool times looking for these books. I really wish that, I want to say something so badly to this, I'm not going to mention the store where I got these from, but I really wish that they would like bag and board the books, even the ones that I'm looking through. I just feel like they're just getting so, people are just rifling through them, and they're just, they're just becoming worse. They're becoming worse and worse. And but I don't want to say anything. I don't want to be that guy. But I'll continue to stop by at these different locations to look for them, look for these kind of books, and it's always fun for me, even though it is, box of dirty, filthy books. I still have a good time looking through them, trying to find cool stuff. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Remember to like, subscribe, comment down below, share this video with your friends, family, and loved ones. eBay, link is down below in the description. Until next time, folks, this is John Collectibles signing off, and I will see everybody very, very soon. Take care.